My name is Steven Middleton, and I've spent my career producing documentary films, playing in an old-time string band, and serving as a college instructor at Morehead State University. I've recently realized I've been traveling so much to produce my own personal muse that I haven't had the time to sit down and chat with other artists on what they do and how they do it. So I've teamed up with the practicum students at Morehead State University to produce a program to focus on artists from our region and to explore how they create and build their works. This is Mountain Muse. Welcome to Mountain Muse. I'm your host, Colonel Steven Middleton. Mountain Muse is the program about art and artists and how the art is made right here in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. Today, my guest is going to be Swift Silver, John Looney, and Anna Kline. They're going to talk about their songwriting process and the writing process, gigging, producing, recording, and all this wonderful stuff that happens. And we're going to hear some live performances from Swift Silver right after this. Welcome back to Mountain Muse. Ladies and gentlemen, Swift Silver.
Chose to stay put.
And welcome back to Mountain Muse. Very excited to have here on this episode John Looney, Anna Kline of Swift Silver. Get a little bit background info here. John and Anna at Swift Silver, their collaboration spanned 10 years of exploring the great expanse of the American songbook, touring, conspiring, songwriting, fused together by the Mississippi heat, molded in the mountain air of western North Carolina, and flung free in the hills of Kentucky bluegrass. And a quote here, before we get to the interview, the major draw is the emotive, soaring vocals of Kline, reminiscent of Patti Loveless. Passion, if not her voice on the incredible Mountain So album, Looney cuts loose with stunning guitar work. Out of seemingly nowhere, we have one of the strongest and most memorable Roots album of the year to date, and that was from Glide Magazine. Thank you all so much for coming on Mountain Muse today.
Thank you.
Talk a little bit, if you will, about how you formed and just sort of what led to all of this.
Sure.
Well, I'll go. I'll just go. Well, I was living in Jackson, Mississippi at the time. I was working for Malaco Records down there, and I'd kind of taken a break from playing music, and I ended up just kind of connecting with this guitar player who came to practice one afternoon and said, I met this guy in the music store, and we sat there and played for at least 3 or 4 hours, playing guitar and mandolin.
On the clock.
And it happened to be John. And I said, well, bring him on by next time. And so he came to a practice. I think before that, though, we played at a friend's birthday party or something at the Finian's bar.
Yeah, I think so.
And I heard him play mandolin, and I was like, well, why don't you join our band? We're going to try to do something. And so that's how it kind of began. And then pretty soon thereafter, I think I, was asking him if he'd ever written songs before. I was looking for somebody to write with and everything. And so we started tossing ideas around and had our first song pretty soon.
So talk a little bit about your songwriting process. Does one person write the music and then another person writes the words? Do you write together? How do you go about recording and writing here?
Yeah, she is all the lyrics. I don't mess with the lyrical part, but I love arranging and working on songs and coming up with things and melodies and chord progressions and
ideas,
everything else.
Yeah. Because I'll usually have something that I've written, and I'll have kind of a basic structure and melody and that kind of thing, and then we usually come together. And he's got such a huge musical vocabulary that I say, this is really what I'm going for here. And I can, sing certain licks, but he plays them a lot better than I do. Mm-hmm. And so he can translate, and we just, kind of work together and come up with ideas and arrangements that way. And then we've had a couple of songs here and there that he's written the music for, and then I'll put the lyrics to.
Yeah.
And so you have an album as Swift Silver, and that's been out, how long has that been out now?
It's been just a little over a year now. We put it out last June. Yeah.
And that's available to stream everywhere?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's a Google away.
Think
All
of.
the streaming services, so please check out the record. And the record has had some success, and it's been picked up by a television program, right?
Yeah, just recently we had 3 songs that got featured on John T. Edge's show True South. That's, I think, on the SEC network, but it may be on Hulu and online.
It's on, they show episodes on ESPN.
Yeah, I saw it on ESPN myself. Yeah.
It's like an Anthony Bourdain type food show. It's a great show.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I was really excited. Well, I was really impressed with how they used the music. Mm-hmm. It was really fun, how they used it.
Taking what you wrote and composed and singing it.
Yeah, and using it like a movie score.
Right.
It was super cool to see.
It was fun. And I knew John T. from my days in Mississippi when I worked for tourism down there. And, since he's been a food writer forever and, with the Southern Foodways Alliance, I worked with him a little bit when I was writing the culinary trail for Mississippi tourism. So it was a nice little convergence after all this time.
Great press here. How about we'll take a break, come back,
play some tunes for us.
All right.
All right?
Yeah.
We could do that.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back to Mountain Muse. How about Swift Silver here, John Looney, Anna Kline. Thank you all so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Check them out online at all the streaming services and the social media handles you see on your screen right now. How about we jam on one out of here? You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Kick it off.
1, 2.